Hi everybody and welcome back. Our first guest today is a certified coach and a leading mentor in professional education. She specializes in relationship and career coaching. She is the creator of a program called Blue Nirvana, which uses techniques such as meditation and quantum physics to gain confidence, strength, and inner peace, creating self-love and peace within yourself. Please help me welcome my guest, Anastasia Roze.
Hi, Irina.
Thank you for coming on my show today.
Thank you for having me today.
You're welcome. So tell me about this program that you have, Blue Nirvana.
Well, I'd like to start with the reason why I created this program. Some time ago, I found myself in a very bad situation. I had to go through divorce with my husband, and dealing with this made me very insecure and heartbroken. But at the same time, it was a perfect time for me to start realizing that it's time for me to change something in my life. I started with practicing meditation. I studied quantum physics approaches, the law of attraction principles, mental science studies, transformational methods, and astronumerology. So all of this together combined helped me to get through this very hard time in my life and shift my life from negative to positive. This techniques and knowledge that I gained inspired me to create my Blue Nirvana method that I now have via e-course that people can just log in and get access to the program, to the guidance towards a better and more fulfilled and prosperous life. So positive feedbacks and results of my clients inspired me to do that.
So, when our life falls apart, that always turns to chaos. We look at it, and a lot of us, we become victimized by our life challenges. We'll sit there and we have these structured ideas where we think, we're finally married, we have this, we have the husband, we have the wife, we're finally going to get the kids, the white picket fence, and then everything seems to fall apart for some of us. So when you started to create this, what was your initial feeling going into this? Were you looking for a way to fix or create something in your own life, or were you looking to help others as well?
I believe that you can't help others if you can't help yourself, and of course I had to get it for me. And what I want for me, I want for everyone. I want to see happy people and smiling people everywhere I go. I don't want depression and stress and sufferings. So I had to do it for myself in order for me to raise my beautiful daughter the way I want her to be successful and and be fulfilled in her life. So it all just together, it was the time that I couldn't wait any longer and continue being a victim of circumstances.
Absolutely, and the universe always has a way of putting us in those situations where, it's either we have a path to go either this way or we're going to go that way. And I'm so glad that you chose the way of creation, because we know the world needs it. And when we were talking about stress and depression and everything. So why do you think more people are going through stress and depression nowadays than ever?
Well, my personal view on this is that we as human beings are here to evolve not just physically and mentally, but also emotionally and spiritually. And I see a lot of people that are just cutting themselves out from their spirits, and they're just neglecting the Christ that's inside of their soul.
Wow.
So the importance of meditation is there. We need to learn how to reconnect with our higher consciousness, how to listen to the inner voice inside of us, and to understand why we are here, what is our main purpose here on earth. And instead of choosing quick remedies like substances and others,
yes,
we have to understand that this gives us only a temporary relief. It doesn't cure the main cause of the problem, and the main cause of the problem stays within us. And it affects our lives. We're feeling desperate, we're feeling depressed and stressed because we're just not knowing where we're going. We're not connected with our inner selves.
You said that perfectly, because one of the things that I see in life is we are disconnected. We are more connected to our phones and technology and trying to find, instant gratification through objects and material items.
Right.
And I can't speak for any of the other country but our own, because this is where we live in. But we are like I look at the generations, and I'm kind of glad that we grew up in the generation because we went outside, we talked to the neighbors, we had friends, and now everybody seems like they're just kind of on their own. And to have a conversation, I went to dinner the other day with some friends, and everybody's on their cell phone texting.
I know, this is crazy. We lost this sense of communication, but at the end of the day, we are all the one.
Yes.
We are all together. So you can't isolate yourself from the society. You are the part of the society.
Yes.
And we have to value that.
The body does cry. The body's always telling us what to do, and we ignore it because of our structured belief system. And a lot of times we're trained even in school. I was saying the other night on the radio show that that a lot of times people when we're conditioned to our ideas, we'll sit there and ignore what we have in our inner self because we believe in something and we say, no, this can't be the way it is. And then that leads us to stress and depression because we're rejecting who we are inside.
We are rejecting, and we have a tendency to believe our ego, our mind, because it's so deceptive. It's gonna give you 1,000,001 excuses and reasons and why not, and we are just totally deceived by ourselves.
Yes, deception is big. The ego does. I always break down the ego in two parts because without getting into the id and the super ego and all that, I always say, we have two parts of the ego, the victim and the survivor.
Correct.
And which one are you living out of? There's a healthy side to the ego too, but most of us live in either the victim or the survivor part. And a lot of times it's like a ping pong match where we play with each other back and forth and to the point where we're so lost and confused. Another thing that we were talking about was visualization and affirmations. And I kind of agree with you on many subjects, but why do you think visualizations aren't helping people achieve their desired results that they want?
Well, such principles of the law of attraction like visualizations, affirmations, acting as if are great tools on a way to achieve success, but they're not going to work for you if you don't clear out your subconscious mind from limiting beliefs, negative statements and judgments that are still held there. We never released this negative imprints or blueprints from our subconscious mind. So we are just hiding them inside and applying new positive ones, but it just doesn't work like that. We have to clear them out. And because it's St. Valentine's Day today, I want to give our viewers and listeners a gift. My video that's I posted on YouTube. It's called Important Things to Remember by Anastasia Roze. And in this video, I go into details how exactly you can clear out your subconscious mind from negative statements, beliefs, judgments, and perfect pictures that we created for ourselves.
Well, you just took care of my next question, because I was going to say, well, they're hearing you and it sounds great, but how does someone,
can apply it?
How can someone apply this? Because we're taught that. How do we recognize, without going into the gift that you're given, but give us a little insight, because we only got a couple minutes, but how can someone look at that and say, well, how do we look at what's limiting us if we don't see it?
Well, everything starts from reconnecting with your inner self, higher consciousness, you name it. We need to ask the universe for guidance and to give us the way, give us the path we need to take. So all of these limiting beliefs and statements, they're just gonna come up while you're going through certain things in your life. You're gonna see them if you monitor your feelings and emotions. If you practice deliberate thinking, you're gonna find them.
Sure.
You're gonna get them out of you, and then there is a method how you can change these limiting beliefs, release them, cancel them. They're obsolete. You no longer need them.
How do people get a hold of you?
They can go to my website, www.bluenirvana.org. There's tons of information on my website. There's also a link to my Blue Nirvana Institute, and they can get all the free resources in order for them to shift their lives.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Anastasia. You've been a wonderful joy on my show
Thank you.
today. All right, everybody, we will be right back after these messages.